not. I told her that I'll be in the next session.
Okay.
This is the next session. But we don't know which room she is.
No, I'm very much sure.
No, it's the same. I think.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
I'm not volunteer in the next.
Yeah. Yeah. So number 13. I was informed at the desk.
Of course. You'll call everyone.
This was supposed to be at 2:30, right?
Yeah, but you know what? Even as she lately, Meghana has posted that after the blend is over.
So blended is over by. That's also an important time. But now the ministers are there.
Yeah, so let's start just 5 minutes. So I'll take half an hour. I'll take half an hour.
If you have luggage.
I know. We changed the slide and we gave on the next half an hour. So that we both have all the answers.
But we'll anyways send.
Okay, so but it is 430% counts. Is my point.
There is no 4:30.
There is no
only
4:30.
2:30 to 3:30 and 3:30 to 4:30.
Both families and okay, fine.
Oh.
So whatever time they are finished.
So 5 o'clock everything gets shut.
But the email that I received was like, I mean, it was a new email, which was that my session will be from 1 to 2, and I will have other speakers, and I will be the next speaker, so I will have 15 minutes.
So you need only 15 minutes?
Maximum half an hour.
Okay, so fine. We'll see. We'll book it at time.
So anyways it is 3:30.
I mean,
I
only
will
half an
We'll
hour.
start. You'll work.
I
Then
will
it
go
is
on
2
for
minutes.
5
It is
days.
2 minutes.
That's what I can go on for 5 days.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is that my PowerPoint presentation is just for 15 minutes. I can go on for 5 days. If you want, I mean, I'll just open the thing, you ask me questions. It is. It is. She's saying I can only half an hour. I told her I can go on for 5 days.
I'm trying to listen to emotion.
Yes, I know. I was telling you.
There's so many people stealing my intellectual property and I all the time give a discount thinking it's alright. I have
No, don't do that.
Don't do
Don't do
that.
that.
You'll be making money.
Even if you don't make money, at least
You just
you
steal the titles
dilute
here.
your brand.
At least you don't steal the titles and I don't understand how.
You're diluting your brand.
How?
India is known for copy paste.
It's called Jugaad technology, no? हाँ,
अरे वाह किसी ने बना लिया इसे.
हाँ, हाँ, हमारा शॉर्टकट हो गया ना. मुफ्त में मिल गया, कॉपी कर लो फटाफट, इधर इधर नेम चेंज कर लो, फॉन्ट चेंज कर लो, and just do it. छापो. Don't do that. Because then you will be guilty of acquiescence. You were aware of it, and you did not take action. At least send an email, even if you don't want to take it to court. Send it.
CM 12 time क्यों लिखा हुआ है? Right now? नहीं, after you someone else. 30 she's writing the places that are box up.
It's too much because you sat through the plenary and then you have the learned stuff at that point of time. Which people are going to come and listen to you?
Harsh is watching.
I could say Lalit, there's a lawyer or something.
Yeah, he's in the languages.
Who?
Where at the plenary?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that bad for that. I'm saying that's right. Who is going to be interested in the session?
No, it's not. It is past way lunch. So actually, people are
And the
waiting.
taste, I'm not saying no to it. I'm saying that's right. And plus the food is getting over, so the food is also coming.
Yeah, people not like us who cook the खाना. I'm not blaming them.
क्या मेघना का सेशन है वो बुला रही है तुमको तुम कहाँ हो
कहाँ रही हो.
you have a train what time
Oh yeah.
अच्छा तो कितने बजे निकल रही है
निकल रही होगी 4 बजे का ट्रेन है.
हाँ no that is correct हाँ नहीं फिर तुमको निकलना चाहिए हाँ ठीक है ओके ओके ठीक है ना
There was that. Let me try. Yes, I was saying, yeah, I was I don't have my card, but
you should meet us 5 days from here
yes.
free consultation
If two of you can sit there, it will be nice. So I'll speak like this and like this, otherwise I'll speak like this.
I thought of that.
So yeah.
Wait,
poor guys have been up for 80-90 hours
सारखी त्याला म्हटलं की कुठे गेला होता तू तुला शोधावं लागतं तर तो म्हणतो किती 5 रूल्स मी बॅन करतोय.
आणि सकाळी माझ्या रूममध्ये जो होता ना सेम 5
तिसरा वाला after this they have to process everything.
पानी यू और हम तो खा के निकल आते सेम में आफ्टर दैट वो
अच्छा तेरा वाला लगा. There is nobody here.
There is a
The camera is on. Wait.
And there will be only 15-20 women.
What would you choose?
And for that, the video on, we have to keep these sound off. They do. We put the chairs up.
after dinner who does
रामदेव
yoga?
बाबा कैसे कर रहे थे?
Somebody would be announcing, no? Somebody would be saying.
कैसे आवाज आएगी वीडियो में?
But why would they have after dinner yoga?
After dinner, how will you? See, logic है यार. Yoga you typically do it in the morning. First thing in the morning.
No, not first thing in the morning. 2 hours the before.
But yes, morning.
इधर भी आओ. वीडियो वाला तभी करूँगा. ये अगर तो
और भी जगह ऑन करायला
I
पाहिजे.
would पक्का होगा.
ये सुप्रीति.
Supriti.
Yo.
Okay, so introduce. Who's introducing whom?
Rajula, it has to be turned on.
What?
The whole thing has to be turned on. Because it's not streaming.
You have to call him.
That's what.
To turn it on. I don't know.
Just at the end मौके पे why did he go out?
उससे अपने तो कुछ कर
That's
ही
why
नहीं.
he's clean with some woman on it in the restaurant. The net.
अच्छा volunteer for 3 activities का.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
ये भी चलेगा.
उनको भी लेके आओ.
हाँ.
मला नहीं आई.
Because the
Volunteering
July.
मला पण नाही बोलली नेहा.
जो दिखा
नाही मला पाहिलं होतं ना तिने.
पहले फर्स्ट
Okay, then where will we call? अरे भैया इधर का वीडियोग्राफर कहाँ है? चला गया वो.
सतीश.
आप कहाँ चले जाते हो? अब ये रूम छोटी कैसे?
हाँ अभी मत जाओ।
आप इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हो ना सच में। इतने इतने घंटे काम करना आसान चीज नहीं है। बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो।
मेरे तो 5-6 रूम है, 5-6 को मैं अकेले ही 6 रूम है, 6 को कवर कर रहा हूँ।
लेकिन अभी सारे
भाई
रूम में
कौन सा है ये वाले की वो वाली
मैं रूम पे होगा अभी। ये
प्ले कर रही है नहीं वो हो जाएगा वो यहाँ पे मैंने YouTube का खोल दिया ऑलरेडी सिर्फ प्ले करना है थोड़ी देर में वो मैं कर दूँगी बस नो प्रॉब्लम लेकिन यहाँ से हम लाइव ऑलरेडी स्ट्रीम कर रहे हैं कोई देखने की कोशिश कर रहा है बोल रहे कुछ दिख नहीं रहा इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ मल्टीटास्क इंसान ही नहीं कोई हाँ चाहिए ये नो कॉकटेल
चालू मत करो रुको भैया रुको ना रुको हाँ पहले इंट्रोड्यूस तो कर दे अब आप लाइव स्ट्रीम कर रहे 2 लोग बैठे 2 लोग तो कम से कम कुछ तो दिखे उसके अंदर फर्स्ट यू पुट डाउन अपना स्लाइड हाँ बस अभी चालू
Good afternoon, ladies. I welcome you to our afternoon session. Today, this is our last day at the WEF. I would like to welcome both our speakers, both of our speakers, Dr. Meghana Dikshit. Please welcome ma'am. And Ms. Supriti Singh. The topic is Success DNA Unleashed, and I now hand over the mic to Dr. Meghana to start the session.
Thank you, Rashmi.
So Success DNA Unleashed basically is a brainchild that came to me and then Supriti and Supriti's husband Harsh. So we are part of this where we are. It started with the thinking where I repeatedly started coming across this story. And every forum, somebody or the other was talking. And today also, if you have heard, Subhash said it. He spoke about something like he spoke and the other speakers also I've heard saying this that you are that sperm which is successful. So you are a success. So success is in our DNA, my DNA, your DNA. And it felt like so much connected because the mission I am on right now is to find freedom and joy and to touch millions of lives where people can get their freedom and joy. Now it could be anything, it could be their health, it could be their finances, career, relationship issues, their personal growth, anything like whatever they feel that they want in their life and they feel that they have not yet achieved the success in that part of life. Now I personally feel that when I just come across this story, sometimes it happens that you feel that the signal is coming to you often and it's kind of. And when I started looking at the story again and again, I said, this is so true. I mean, if I am that success, if I am that born child, so I'm sure that there is something in me that is there, and I can definitely achieve what I want to achieve. Apart from all my limitations, the only thing what I can do is get over my inhibitions, get over my limitations, and then from there see what can I do as an action steps to reach my goal. And then keep moving forward and keep moving forward, and that's the way. And for is it okay if I give a little bit of my background?
Of course.
Yeah. So so I first of all I'm a 42-year-old woman, and I started my. I am not going to read too much details in my childhood, but I come from a Maharashtrian family, the fourth girl child of the family, and raised with a lot of values where. Grounding, humble, and being grateful, sharing, all of that was there. While growing up, yes, I was kind of a sick child, so I suffered quite a lot of illnesses myself, and that kind of used to put me down in terms of academic achievements. Or when I was doing, I was doing my karate, I was equally doing my dance. How it is like it's a versatile environment which my parents gave me. But because of my sufferings every month, I used to go down all the time, and I was not able to focus and do things with complete clarity. And my whole journey began when I went into Ayurveda college, and somehow I got the understanding of my disease, my problem, and it was one small key which was fixed. It wasn't a very big deal to fix me, honestly. The physical abuse, the emotional abuse, I mean, nobody was abusing me, but you kind of have your own abusive statements for yourself because you sometimes perceive a certain thing in a certain way and you feel, oh, this is what was said and I'm thinking this way about it. So probably whatever I was suppressing my internal stuff, and in the rut of life I was all the time moving forward without dealing with my past. So that kind of was affecting a lot of my internal stuff, and though I was very successful in whatever I was doing, but still I used to be very, very sick, and that health challenges used to be absolutely draining me every single month. And from there, when I look back and I see that when I did my Ayurveda, and it kind of gave me so much of an impetus to move forward in life with complete grace and ease, because I could heal, rather with the help of my teachers, I could heal myself. And eventually my patients became my teachers, because they started coming to me and they started sharing their stories, and I started connecting the dots and understanding that how much it is important for us to be successful in anything, that we are empowered in our body, we are empowered in our mind, in your emotions, your thoughts, your soul, and the enriched feeling that you have about your own self, the art of fulfillment, which I felt is so much essential. And people, when I met them, I felt that is what was lacking. And when I talk about fulfillment, I feel the fulfillment comes in every aspect of your life. So that when I started my talk, I said that Success DNA Unleashed is a brainchild to deliver whatever the person wants, be it a medical help or be it an emotional, relationship, career, financial, personal growth, any sort of a help. So Success DNA Unleashed, is it okay if I share a little bit of the video, so that gives a bit of an understanding of it.
What would you choose? Money or health? Relationships or career? Spirituality or prosperity? We say choose it all. Money, career, happiness, health, spirituality, prosperity, success. You can be successful at everything. Success isn't luck. It's a skill. It's ingrained. Success is within your DNA. Ask us how to unleash it. Success DNA Unleashed. Decide what you want. Navigate your way. Achieve it. Success DNA Unleashed.
So basically, DNA stands for decide, navigate, and achieve. In my practice, in my experience, in my personal life, I felt because of my sicknesses, I was not able to decide or make those right choices, which used to make me feel sicker and which used to, deviate my path where I wanted to reach towards the goal. So basically, when this came up, I realized that meeting people physically and doing sessions physically with people is one part of it. But apart from that, it came up as a virtual platform where with different programs we can create, and people sign up at a very minimum amount, which is like maybe a $10 or $15 piece per month, or maybe right now there is only one program we have developed. So it's like a program which is a 4-week challenge, which is every day there will be a video posted, given to you, and there will be certain things which you have to do. And before that, there is certain sort of a action journey, and there is certain sort of a assessment which you go through when you look at that, and when you see your life plan and where you are exactly, and from where and which area of your life you would like to pick up as going way forward from here. So as a person, as an experienced coach, I feel that every single day or every time when you make that one step forward towards your goal, that is something. Definitely ups and downs are going to be part of your life. Like You may have to change your course of action. You may have to take a detour and go there. But that one action at a time is something which is very, very essential. So another thing we have started doing is we have a YouTube channel, Success DNA Unleashed, and we have been posting. We recently have started this, so we have been posting one video per week on different topics. So whenever you can, you go access that and just see which video you like. You can like, subscribe and comment on those videos. So I would like to now get into the experiential understanding of what your life plan looks like and from where you would like to go at what level. Okay? Would you like to distribute them? So if you can see the wheel of life, there are 8 aspects of your life. And if you pick at the center point, which is if you look at it as 0, and where it is going at the outer circle, each aspect of your life, if the outer circle is 10 and the center point is 0. So you have to color, use your colors, whichever colors you feel right, those colors into fill up those boxes at what level you are. So what you can do is you can probably circle them like this and fill up the color. You understand? So it's basically for you. If you feel like sharing it with your partner, it's okay. If you don't feel like sharing, you can keep that thing for yourself.
Basically, what you're saying is for each pie, this slice, we rate it.
Yes, at the scale of 0 to 10.
0 to 10.
Yes, it's for our awareness. So, a first step of clarity and decision making is about awareness. So it's career, spirituality, contribution. Contribution means contribution to society. Your social relationships, which can be your career and your friends. Close relationships is your family.
Each has to be a different color.
It's your choice. But it's better because then you have a understanding, you get a clear picture immediately. Then it's health, finances, and education. Universe takes it as a colorful manifestation of what you want in your life.
It's actually where we think we are.
Yes. It's just for your awareness, so whatever you feel. And it's very subjective. Each one of us will have a different understanding of finances, health.
it's all about realistic.
Of our
Right now.
capacity.
No. Realistic of what you have right now.
Like a bank balance or how much are you earning?
No,
I don't
it's not just the bank balance. It's about all your assets, your wealth, your whatever you feel you are at. So if you feel you are at 8 right now, but you have a capacity of 10, you still rate yourself at 8.
Okay. I'm done.
Yeah, great. You would like to share?
Yeah. So, for contribution, social relationships and close relationships, I've rated myself 10. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Spirituality is how much have you attained is always yes. Right? So I have rated myself about 6. Career, education, finances and health. That is about 8. Okay, because the greed is always there. Health, 48 may, I mean, go on. There's something wrong with it. Okay, so that's about it.
Thank you, Meghana. Are you all done? Okay, great, fabulous. So we all have our charts and we all know where we are. I would suggest you to pick up one aspect of your life today for this session.
And what?
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
So just pick up one aspect, whichever you want, and turn the page and just write down that aspect. Yeah. Turn around and just write down that aspect. What's your nearest goal for that aspect? Let's say within a month, what would you want in that aspect? Be very realistic. If you are at 2, 3, 5, 6, just take one notch up and see what is the realistic goal you have. Like when I say realistic goal, it sometimes is like maybe it's about finances or getting funding or getting something like that. Then if possibly if you can just connect with those right people or meet those right people could be one of the goals. Or maybe if you are looking at some health thing and you want to get fitness, and what would you want to achieve in just a month's time? I'm not asking for the long-term goal because that's always going to be there, but what is the immediate goal you have in that aspect? The second point would be, what do you feel as an obstacle to do that? And what is the possible pathways to reach this goal? Like if it is it's a health goal and you want to eat healthy and you don't have much time, then what possible things can you do which can save your time at the same time it's going to be healthy? So like suppose maybe creating different dressings for salads and things like that. So taking help from someone to cut the salads or things like that which are possible but not yet happened. Or maybe a personal goal where you feel that you kind of you don't talk good about yourself in your mind. Like maybe you say I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm good for I don't deserve this, things like that. So just maybe you can figure that out. What can yes?
I have a problem. Okay, now that because you've said this,
Mm-hmm.
and okay, this is something, what to say, I would say unintentional, this is something which I just struck up on me. And I had no idea, I was not planning for this, but I first I picked social relationships, then I thought, okay, no, I don't want any monthly goals. I don't want to improve, I'm perfectly okay, fine. It's bad, but I'm okay with it. So something that I want to improve is health. But now that you're talking about what is the obstacle and what possible pathway, my brain does not function. I cannot.
Okay, so what's your health goal?
I want to be more fit.
Yeah, don't be ambiguous. When you say more, you don't understand. What do you mean exactly by more? Like I said, when you say health, if I have to give an example, I want to eat healthy. That will make me fit.
Oh.
So things like that, which are possible, practical, and
I'm very much an exercise thing.
yes. So
okay, I want to work, like in the sense, walk more.
Yes.
So that I lose belly fat.
Okay.
But when you say time management or possible pathway to reach the goal,
so
my brain just stops functioning.
Okay,
there.
so I'll help you with that. So in that, if you say you want to walk more, so how much more is the question?
So if you're walking, for example,
I'm walking 7,000 steps. My Fitbit has to go till 10,000.
Correct. So your gap is 3,000.
Yeah, 3,000.
Right. So the first thing is that's my obstacle. My gap is I'm at 7,000. I want to reach 10,000. What's my obstacle? What's not happening that you're not reaching the 10,000?
I don't have time.
Exactly. So time is your obstacle.
Yeah, I've written time
Yeah,
management.
great. So that's okay. So we'll figure it out around that. How can you manage your time?
Oh.
Is what I'm saying. Okay.
Okay.
So what is the third point is done?
No, possible pathway. No, I don't know how to work that out.
The pathway you're not worked it out. Okay. So just come up with some couple of maybe ideas. Like you run through your 24 hours right now and come up with something possible. Like maybe you can make 7,000 to 8,000, if not 10,000.
Oh, okay.
So come up with something which is immediately possible.
Yeah.
Within a month's time you can achieve. And once you do 8, you can always do 9 and 10, right?
Yeah.
So don't target 10 right now. If you really are short of time, then 7. How can you make it 7 to 8?
Right, understood.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you. And once you do the pathway, then what would be the possible outcome? So like if you do 8,000, then what will be the outcome?
Yeah.
So we are doing this. Now this was about the wheel of life. These are the 8 aspects of life: education, career, spirituality, contribution to the society, social relationships, close relationship, health, finances and education. So you can pick up the colors. This is 0 and this is 10. At the scale of 0 to 10, where do you feel at this moment you are? Just color it like in circle. Okay? Which is very realistic. You may have the 10 capacity, but right now if you are at 6, 7, 8, be realistic and say that. Okay. Anybody needs help? That time she finishes that.
I'm done.
Great.
You're done with your 2 steps also?
Possible outcome is what our goal is.
You have
Yes.
clarity of thought.
Now,
I would
possible
say-
outcome is achieving our goal.
Yes, but right now when she's saying I am at 7,000, I want to go 10,000, her goal may be to lose the belly fat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now that may happen after a year or 6 months, depending on what she's putting in.
Yeah.
Otherwise also, not just walking,
Yeah.
because as a doctor I can say that you need a lot more there. There is something which is difficult. I am also struggling to get completely in shape. So in that case, if she makes it 7,000 to 8,000, what would be the outcome of that 8,000? Not the 10,000.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So end outcome, like whatever step you take,
Possibly immediate outcome.
immediate outcome.
Yeah.
See, but I have taken as my finance,
Okay.
getting my first tranche of
Hmm.
investment.
Hmm.
Obstacle is my own inhibition in
Okay.
following up.
Okay.
No? Possible pathways is just to write a clear, direct email to the
Okay.
lady
Okay.
stating what all I have planned,
Hmm.
and I need to start with my plan.
Okay.
So, what possible outcome is get that money, right?
No, possible outcome is getting a business plan. First writing that email and getting that communication line open.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Possible outcome is she responding.
Also, I would suggest if you have come up with one pathway, if you could come up with some more pathways. Give your brain little chabi and see if you can come up with more pathways. So if you have connected with one person and there is a dialogue going on there and your inhibition is stopping you, and if you are working on your inhibition today, you are letting it go today, to take that one step forward. If you let go of your limitation and inhibition today, what would be the pathway you will take? This is the existing pathway you all are writing with your current state.
So the possible outcome will be the outcome from the pathway, right?
Yes.
Right?
No, not from the pathway. Like suppose if I have to reach that bag, I can go straight, I can take this route, I can take this route, I can just keep going like this, but I'll still reach there, right? So there could be multiple pathways to reach the same goal. So outcome will be the same, but write down more pathways, as I'm saying. So don't get stuck on the pathway. Sometimes the bag can come nearer to you. You understand? So somebody can volunteer to get the bag to me, right?
So then I think it will not be possible outcome. It will be alternate pathways.
Pathways will be alternate, but outcome could be the same. Like as I said, I am walking towards the bag, right? But the guy can bring it up.
My final goal is to get the bag.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And how do I get the bag?
Then what is
The possibilities.
in reaching that goal?
Right?
So like she said, the immediate outcome for Rashmi would be what? Is that woman responding. Right? That's the immediate outcome of that. Let's set one realistic goal, no? Whatever we want. And then once you see, the brain functions like that. Once you put it in a habit of success, it will keep on autopilot. Whatever you focus on, the energy goes and flows there. So if you focus on this, and most of the times when you, like I'm addressing you right now, it's because you're saying I want to be more fit. Now more fit is very ambiguous to the brain, doesn't understand. Everyone has their own understanding of fitness, right?
I want to work more. That's
Now,
not
again,
specific.
Yeah, again, more is not specific.
No, more from what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, so make it very specific when you're writing also, when you're saying also. So when you say I want to be fit, I want to.
Today I've done only 2,300 because
Yeah.
I've been sitting there.
That's alright. You know what? Sometimes my goal is sometimes met. I'm in 10,000 to 15,000 range.
Really?
Yeah, but sometimes it lowers down. Some of the reason only you can make 7,000.
My 10,000 I cross only when I'm traveling abroad and I'm shopping. Then I just cross. Then I'm going from one mall to another mall, and then it just crosses 10,000.
Then it's not shopping.
Then it crosses 10,000 and I don't even realize it. And suddenly this thing is buzzing and I'm like, what? I didn't even feel it. I'm like going inside the mall, up and down. I don't even realize, okay, 10 floors bhi ho gaya, 10,000 bhi ho gaya. And I did not even sweat it.
So the possible pathway for you would be shopping every day.
Inspiration.
Then my finances will suffer.
Then you get into a habit of window shopping.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Look at the
Yeah, I can do that.
So and then don't get into online shopping.
Yeah.
Just go off, right? Go. Whatever makes you feel good at that point of time. And I think practically if you actually walk for 20 minutes or 25 minutes every day, religiously for the purpose of walking, you've already accomplished 7,000.
25 minutes, yes.
Yes. So that's not difficult. And then rest of the day 3,000 steps is really not difficult.
Okay.
So
I never thought about it
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So set those goals realistic. Like yesterday I was giving the session, so this is going live, but you guys are all new here. Maybe things are new. So I gave an example of a story about. So there was this one grandfather clock which was 300 years old, okay, and that pendulum clock which we see out. And there was this young baby clock which is his grandson, and is tiny and timid and really shaking his legs, thinking, oh my God, I've just come here and I don't know how my grandfather is here for 300 years. So he steps in and he asks his grandfather that, Granddad, how is it like, how did you manage to hold this for 300 years? I've just stepped in and I'm feeling so scared. How am I going to manage this? So the grandfather clock looks at him and says, tick at a time. Just one tick at a time is enough. So we are not setting the long-term goals. We are setting short-term goals, one tick at a time. But you know your long-term outcome. So if you want something at the end of your goal, which is your goal definitely there, but just make sure that today's session is utilized to make that 1 month goal and succeed in that. So that you can like moving to the next goal then. Yeah? Got it now, everyone? All the things? You got yours? You got? So, so each one of you have this. Would you like to share anyone? Deepa already had shared. Anyone wants to share about their, so that the exchange of insights are happening here?
Whoever thought the delayed plenary sessions and delayed lunch could be so fruitful. I did not expect this.
Okay, so what we are going to do is just a quick thing. Now that you know that your goal, you know your obstacle, you know your pathway, and you know your possible outcome, right? So just highlight on your obstacle, and basically what you see as an obstacle is the limitation which we have to overcome that obstacle. Okay, so each one of us have that limitation. Now the pathways will tell you what are your limitations.
So these limitations can be your own internal,
Yes.
or it could be external also.
Yes.
When it is external, you have very little control over it. When it is internal, you have all the control over it.
That's true. But even if it is external, what happens is like she was looking at one aspect and one way of looking at things, or she was looking at one aspect and one way of looking at it. You gave her another aspect, like you go on window shopping. Okay, now she's enjoying her shopping also. She's not buying unnecessary stuff, so she's not spending unnecessary. But at the same time, she's overcoming that challenge, right? So definitely in the external environment also, there has to be some other way to do it, which is we are not capable at this moment. Okay? Possibility, right? Okay, so let's go with that possibility, which is like we can work on. So what I want you to do is just stand up. Biल्कुल excited.
I'm okay.
Cheers, complete our goal.
I welcome that.
So what I wanted to say is the three things. Okay, so when we talk about the goals or changing anything in our life, three things are very important. And I'm making you stand right now is because sitting and lying down is our comfort zone. The brain doesn't learn very quickly. And when you want to achieve something, it's very important to shake your arms. It's very important because that's the action is more important than the words. Yes, you all can shake it. I'm not getting them to shake. You know what, you want to increase your learning, you can also dance. She wants to increase her steps, no? So as you can do the steps. So while doing this only I'm talking, so you all can move your whatever part of your body, considering you don't want to do exercise, just move a little bit. So that, or else you can keep like moving. Okay? So the first thing I would like to say is the peak state you have to be in to change anything in your life. Okay, now what is the peak state? Peak state would be the state where you are in that moment where you feel I can do this. There are various moments in our life where you are in peak state. One of them is physiological change. That's why I asked you to stand up or move. So when you move, when you shake, when you do certain things, it's very natural that you get into a peak state. So like very, very, very natural. Like if you walk, you dance, you immediately disassociate and you get into something else, right? So that's how you need to, whenever you get into some kind of a problem and you need a solution or you feel that the pathway is not opening up, just get up, don't sit down. And just get up and start.
As it is, people do that stress walking, no?
Yes.
You pace about. So I think maybe that is what.
That is one thing. You can also do breathing. Like you do right now, even if you see, just close your eyes, take deep breath and exhale. All of you, just close your eyes, deep breath and exhale deeply through your mouth. Yeah. Other thing you can do is you women can really enjoy. Just take a partner. Take a partner. Thankfully we have even number. Take a partner, and just quickly select A partner and B partner. Yeah. Now A partner, raise hand. Okay, you're adorable. Okay. And the B partner, raise your hand. You're beautiful. Okay. Now, who goes first here? A, B, B, A, B, A, B, B, A. Whoever is closer to the stage goes first.
They've already jumped up there.
Okay, so the one who's closer to the stage goes first, and just the other partner turns the back towards your partner. No, you will look to the partner. The other one will turn the back. Yeah. Stand behind her. Yeah. No, not like this. You stand behind her. Yeah. Massage the shoulders. Massage the shoulders.
So happy.
Oh wow.
You're so good at this.
Karate chop, karate chop, karate chop.
I think I don't
Karate chop. Karate chop.
Okay, jumpy malish.
Scratch the back.
Yeah, that's not what he does.
Okay, change your partner to the stage. Your partner.
Yeah.
Oh God! It's a live telecast.
Yesterday somebody was telling me I want somebody to massage. Your ears. Stand in front of each other. Now stand in front of each other. Look at each other. Yeah, facing each other. Facing each other. Rub your ears. Other person's also is fine, whichever is your comfort. Both.
Actually, we have to rub each other's ears
You
around.
can as you feel. You can, there's no problem. It's always better. You can do it. It's a very important point which keeps you awakened and which also tells your brain what you want. So these are very important points. This is one point inside your ear which is very, very important if you, like, you remember the punishments old school would have, pull your ear. Why was it? It was connecting your left and right brain together. It's bringing it together so that you get more desire, more decision power and willpower to go forward in your life. Okay? Come backwards. So tell me right now, what are you feeling?
Energized.
I'm enlightened.
Okay, come back. So the first thing is the peak state. So now you know how to get in the peak state. So I would urge every one of you, so when you are focusing on something or you want to do something in your life or you set a goal or really feel that you want to achieve it, first is get in the peak state. I gave you some options. I gave you massaging each other or maybe doing the breathing, maybe dancing, singing, whatever you feel puts you in that peak state. Sometimes people run, sometimes they go for swimming, whatever the thing you have. Once you get into the peak state, then the most important aspect of the goal setting would be focusing on what you want. Like we crystallized on a couple of people here to understand what is an accurate goal. So state it accurately, no ambiguity. No ambiguity in terms of I want to be more fit or I want more money, I want to connect with more people. No, there is no more like that because more is not it's very ambiguous word. So you need to state it like in a very, very firm way what you want exactly. then focusing around the language you create for the goal and for yourself. Okay, one of them I said eliminate the more and put the specific. You can also, right now we are looking at 1 month only. So you can particularly give it a date if you want to.
Give you a date for your family.
Yeah? And now we are here with the obstacles. We all know what are the obstacles to get there, right? So once you all have written down, all of you,
I'm already making excuses. In my brain, I'm already thought, okay, by like 15 June. I don't know, but I will travel. How will I do it? I'm already making excuses.
but you just contradicted. You said when I travel, I shop more and I
Oh, no,
walk more.
but this time it's for a conference, so I won't be shopping and traveling.
You know, the last year I was struggling with the same thing. I have traveled practically all months and really like long travels. And I used to struggle so much, but thankfully the conferences are all in 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
You definitely can hit the gym anytime. Like 20 minutes is not difficult, I feel. I have done it, so I can suggest that.
I like the gym and I don't like gym. See, I'm sorry I'm making so much.
No,
Because
sorry.
I somehow I have an aversion to gyms. I like the outdoors. I like going out, walking on the road, walking here and there. I cannot walk on a treadmill. I have this fear that I'm going to trip and fall.
So if you are like me, you will also know or understand how important it is to get over this inhibition.
Yeah.
Right? So this could be one of your obstacles. I'll tell you why.
The
Is because-
treadmill?
Yes, of
No, I
course.
don't want to go there.
I'm not saying you go there, but why would you want to keep a limitation in your space that you feel that you'll trip and fall?
So that's your alternate.
That's your. Why I'm saying
No,
is.
I've already worked out an alternate in my brain. Like my brain in the background is already working. 5-star hotel, so okay, so there'll be a staircase, so I will be doing up and down.
Fantastic, that's wonderful. I'm simply saying, like I'll give you my example to you, that I recently got over my singing inhibition. Okay? All my life, I mean when I was a child, I was singing somewhere, like randomly, someone gave me a slap on my back where the small brain is and where basically when you hit here to anybody, the pattern sets.
Yeah.
You know, the belief sets because it's a fear zone and it's a fight and flight responses.
Yeah.
So I remember for all my life, like it must have settled me at 7 and 8 that I'm a bad singer, and since then I've never sung. Like I do all other stuff, but I said no, I'm not singing. In my in-laws family, everybody sings, and I always avoided it and said no, I can't sing and I don't know how to sing. So it used to be a big limitation. I never felt it's a big limitation, first of all, because I said I'm doing rest of the other things, it doesn't matter. I dance so well, so whole name is it doesn't matter. Recently, last year I had gone for some program and I was working on myself, and then obsessively, compulsively, the trainer made all of us practice the 3-hour singing every day. She's a classical singer and she made us practice it every single day, everybody. And one of the things they said is when you get over any limitation, it's not necessary I go out and sing, but that one limitation will open up and generalize in every other area of my life. So I'm not saying you tomorrow go and walk on the treadmill. I hate treadmills. I don't go. I don't like. But I'm saying that is one of the options I'm not shutting down. Okay? Because in case if it's raining and if I can't go out to walk, or if there is something on the stairs that day, then why should I miss because I have a limitation, especially of fear of tripping down. Right? So it's losing control if you think about it that way. So why would I have something like that in my space? Then it's my choice. If I know singing and if I choose to not sing is my choice. Rather, I don't know singing and I'm so inhibited to sing that, I can't sing. Two different communications in your head, right? I can't sing and I choose to not sing. Huge difference. So just choose to not go on treadmill. But let's open it up and let's get over that inhibition, and maybe in the near
future. In 3 months, you will see the whole generalization happening in your life and changing your life to the another level. Just one simple thing. Like, I know how much it changed for me when I started singing. I have not sung any song after that, I'm saying. But it has changed a lot of things. Okay? So let's start the process. So once again, stand up. If you want to take off your shoes and be comfortable, because this is going to be a little longer procedure. Find a decently spot for yourself, and then you can move around. So you have enough space to move around. Find a spot and see the space has that you should have something around. Now you know your goal and the outcome, right? So goal and outcome is one basket, and obstacle and pathways is one. Okay? So first of all, let's figure out the obstacles and pathways. Now what happens is, I'm going to give you a quick understanding of how to feel them. Is close your eyes, and go to a very, very traumatic and sad memory in your life. Absolutely traumatic, sad. Maybe you emotionally, physically, financially, career-wise, whichever you feel is a very, very sad point for you. So just go to that memory. Maybe in your childhood, your teenage. Once you grew up, in your office, in your career, somewhere, in your home. Go to a memory which is very, very sad and dramatic. And feel in the body where exactly you get those feelings. Where in your body you feel those feelings are stored. Which part of your body? Just keep a mental note of it, you don't need to share it. Just keep a mental note of it. And once you're done, shake your body. Change your space, just move around. Change your space, move around, come back. Shake, 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 shake. We don't want any residual of the sadness. Any residual, nowhere. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it till you break it. My favorite is move your ass. Okay, come back to the same spot where you were standing earlier. No, you were there right now. Stand there. And now quickly close your eyes and go to the happiest moment of your life. Like happiest. Big smiles. What is the happiest moment? Just go to that childhood. Your teenage, in your school, your college, when your baby was born, whatever is your happy moment, just go there. When you started your business, feel it fully in your body. Keep a mental note of that sensation. Make it more. Take a degree higher now. Whatever is the feeling, make a degree higher, make a degree higher, higher and higher, big smiles, bring it all that memory and laughter and happiness, joy, all those feelings attached to that memory, just increase it more and more and let it pass through all your cells, all the body parts. Escalate it as much as possible. Enjoy it as much as possible. Alright, now yes. Everyone felt something or the other? Yeah. Fabulous. So this is what I have set the feelings right now in your body. So what I want you to do now is
pick up 2 spots. Okay, one spot is for your goals and your outcome. The other part is about your obstacles and your pathways. So 2 spots. Whichever spot you want to pick up, you pick up. Picked up? Okay.
We are standing on spot 3.
No, you have to disassociate from that. No, don't go back to the sad and happy spot. Just a neutral 2 spots. Yeah, neutral 2 spots. Fabulous. So now what I want you to do is, you all have filled your charts and you know where exactly you are. And anyways you know in your reality where you are. And the goal you have decided for yourself for 1 month. So just when you're standing at that spot, just think of your goal and the outcome. What will happen if you walk those 8,000 steps? What will happen if you receive that funding or the person, the right person if you connect with? So each one of you have your those things. So just stand on that spot and walk, and you live your outcome. Just live your outcome. It could be 8,000, 10,000 steps, or it could be whatever. Just close your eyes and live your outcome and see what you're feeling at that moment. So it is that moment where you have achieved all of that. You courageously take those steps which you need to take to go forward in life, to achieve that goal. And once you achieve that goal, watch what will happen once you achieve. So while you're doing this, I'm just giving you kind of example about how you have to understand the goal and setting of the goal. So you can keep going on your feelings, keep going. I'm just talking, so just listen to me. Your brain is listening to me. So you can keep going on. Keep your eyes closed and keep feeling it. So when we decide to get married or organize a party, what happens is we give it a date. At so and so date, we want to do this particular party or the celebration or the marriage, and then from there we walk backwards. Okay, once the date is fixed, then you start looking for the venue, then you start looking for the other stuff like caterer and a party and stuff like that. So you already started the celebration at that point of time, and then from there you walk backwards. So what I want you to do in this spot is just walk backwards, like you already achieved those goals after a month, and how are you feeling then? So just go into your feeling. You just have gone into the feelings when you went to the sad and happy moment, so you know how to go there. So just be there. I can see the actual movement happening, which is so nice, you know, it's fantastic. Yeah, like that's so nice. so just keep increasing that feeling. Understand your spot. I would suggest you to stand in one place and walk mentally. So that what I'm doing is I'm anchoring that spot for you, so that it stays in your brain. Okay? So just mentally you walk. Whatever is your goal, just mentally go through it and see that. Because your brain and your mind does not understand what is actually physically happening and what is metaphysically happening. So even if you are metaphysically doing something, it's a reality for the brain. It's like a movie, no? So it doesn't matter even if you physically feel that you can't do it. You know? So just stand which spot you have picked up and just accelerate that feeling of achieving that goal. Once you've done that, those who have done and feel that you can open your eyes can open, and those who have to increase it more can do. Okay. So now the other spot which you have picked up, when you feel, you go to that spot and think of all your obstacles or your limitations you want to get over today. Which any other limitation, not required to be associated with this particular goal. Whichever limitation you feel you have, like I shared about my singing. It could be anything which you feel that you are not able to do, like she shared about her treadmill fear. So just pick up all those limitations you feel you have and just anchor them at that spot. Close your eyes and just go through those limitations, run through those limitations at one time. And once you felt fully, you can open your eyes. So it's so it's sometimes so, I'm not saying wonderful, but I would say that it is such a important aspect of our being that the moment you are seeing the obstacles and the limitations, everyone's body language changed to, cringing down. So once again, ladies, start moving, change the space, clean that space, move around. You can massage each other, you can jump around, whatever you want to do. Start moving, start moving, start moving. Oh, that's a fantastic way. You can dance together, that's great. So please start moving, start moving. Really, really shake your state. Really, really break your state. Come back to the peak state. You know how to come to the peak state. So just move, 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 move. Okay, just quickly take the partners. Okay, which partner will go first? Okay. So the one who is standing, the second partner will get the massage.
So basically, we lay out our monthly goals, concentrate on the obstacles, and then have a spa day.
Yes.
Party.
Okay, change the partner. Turn to the next partner. Next partner.
So then immediately book a massage and then go for a massage.
You can get a massage chair also.
Oh yeah.
Goals.
That's another pathway.
Every time we need to change stages to the chairs.
Alright, good. Yes. Yes. Great, fabulous. Alright, so now what we're doing is, we are going back into the neutral spot, which was your neutral spot. And now, like about at least 30 times, okay? You're first going to go to the spot, which was your accelerated state, which is your outcome. You will feel it fully, accelerate it more, increase it to the high degree, feel it, and then go to the neutral spot, and then come to the spot where you feel you have obstacles and your pathways which you feel are limited and your limitations. Okay? Then once again, from there you go to the neutral spot, you come back here. Okay? And after that, the first time when you establish this pathway in your brain, then you just have to repeat it 20 times. I'm here standing. Just do it on your own, I'm standing there. Or else if you want to do it in partners, it's also fine. If you want to do it in partners, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you can start now that. So first you come to from the neutral spot, go to your first spot where which was the accelerated path where you've already got your goal achieved and things like that. So go there, feel it properly, then go back to your neutral state, and then go to the next spot which you
The
obstacles and problems. Feel it fully. Same body language again. See how our body cells save everything what is we perceive as. Such an example. Now, the next step is only going from this point to this point, but feeling it. At the same time, it will increase, the speed will increase on its own. So first reach here, feel it fully, don't hurry up because this is so much important, you will see the results in coming days. So just feel it fully first of all, in that spot, and then go to the next spot. Don't hurry up. Yeah, but take your time to move from spot to spot also. Take your time, go easy, feel it fully, Feel it fully and let go to the next. It seems like a very simple and boring step, but it is very, very profound.
Thing is, when I go to the happy spot, I feel 4 kilos lighter, and then I come to the obstacle and I feel like 5 kilos heavier.
That's a fantastic, the way you're sharing is so nice. Thank you so much for sharing this.
My brain is going bonkers.
Yes, that's the whole thing about. That's the whole thing. Please, you're on the perfect track. Keep doing this. It's a great interpretation of what you're going through. And at the end of it, I'm telling you the outcome. Don't think, just do it. It's a great. You're interpreting it so beautifully. This is the objective of it.
Today's the day you're like getting over it. Whatever
Does that
the
mean she
limitations.
has the money in the bank?
And she will cry and you will be 4 kilos lighter. Just say that. Let's focus. Where did I say? What did I say? When are you giving your energy? What's more important for you? Your 4 kgs or your bank money?
I just thought
So see, very well be aware and focus on the thing what you want. Okay? For this session at least. Yeah? And I'm sure she'll get it and she'll all revert back to us on that. Keep doing it, keep doing it. If you see the color of your skin is changing, the brain patterns are changing. I can see change in everyone's body language and the skin color. We are creatures of habits. This is the way you're putting the habit in your brain. You're changing the habit, but it's a shortcut. If you feel you've done 30 times, then you can stop. And even if you feel that you want to do a little longer, you can do that also. What are you feeling at the other spot now?
My brain, I think, is completely gone bonkers. I don't know what to feel.
Just go and see where it is. That is the whole objective.
I just don't know how to feel. It's all confused. It's all confused. It's all confused.
Just I guess if you're feeling a little lighter, you're feeling okay, better. You don't feel the pressure.
I don't feel the pain. Like,
Huh.
That is like you're at the right path. Okay.
You achieved, you can sit down.
Okay. Yeah.
So those who feel, those who want to continue can continue and complete and then sit down. So this is something which I want to do practically with you. You will see the results in coming days. To explain a little bit more on this, I'm asking my co-speaker to come here and explain a little bit about this. Supriti Singh.
Hi everybody. Everyone looks quite shaken up. Are you shaken up a little bit? Okay. The idea behind this process is that your brain follows certain patterns. Okay. We have habits that we create, mostly because, as she's rightly put it, we're all in comfort zones or something. There's a story I once heard. If you'd like to hear it, it's not a very long one. There was this traveler walking through an old American town where they had these porches and old men sitting on rocking chairs. And this old man was sitting on a rocking chair and he had a dog next to him. And the dog was whining. And the traveler walks up to the old man and he says, "Your dog is whining." He says, "Yeah, I know." He says, "Why is he whining?" He says, "Because he's sitting on a nail." So the traveler says, "Then why doesn't he move?" He says, "I guess it doesn't hurt that much." So we all get into comfort zones of things, whether they are positive or they are negative, because sometimes they don't hurt enough.
And
Right?
we continue to whine.
Yeah, and we continue to whine, exactly. So the idea behind doing this particular process is to take you to that place mentally where you have accomplished what you want to accomplish. To unteach your brain how it feels when you have accomplished it. To teach your brain and your body, because your body remembers this also, how you feel when you're whining, so to speak, and you remember all the limitations and those patterns. And once we put you through those processes again and again and again, what you've done now is basically confuse your mind completely, right? It doesn't remember the old pattern because you keep inserting the new pattern, and the new pattern becomes much more approachable because you've lived it so many times during the process. So what it does is it draws a very clear line between where you are and where you need to be. My advice is everybody please drink plenty of water. It's quite a profound experience, so it seems simple right now. Okay, so I'll give you a short background on myself. Because I came from a family that was intellectual and we all read a lot, nobody did any sports, nobody did any physical activity, it was not considered important. So, not that I was fat, but I was definitely not healthy. Somewhere in the, when I turned around 16, I got quite large, it was a little embarrassing, so I decided I must now start exercising. So the obsession with working out started there. I had to get my workout, I had to make sure that I was doing the steps and doing the, like you have, Sumita, the thing, we didn't have a gauge that time. Yeah, we didn't have that then, but I used to be like, I have to climb the stairs so many times and do some, check the diet and blah, and blah, and blah. As life carried forward, you know, life gets in the way. You're fine when you're in college and you're fine when you're doing this, that, and the other, but you have kids or you go to work and then you might not have time today, I'll do tomorrow and I'll do it on Monday and then Monday never comes, right? So for me, what has happened is that I came to a realization that after I had my daughter, getting back to work and getting back to workouts, both were a challenge. And I realized that there's a connection there, right? Because the way we do anything is the way we do everything, is what the Habecker says, and that's completely right. I figured if I could get my health in order, I will be able to do everything else also. We all put that last, but actually that's what comes first, because if you don't have your health, you can't do anything at all. How many of you guys gave yourself full score on the health aspect? Full score? How many of you feel full score? How many of you people gave yourself a can do better with the health?
Mine was like 4.
Deepa, how high are
Can
you
do
with
better.
health?
Has to do better.
8.
So you can do better, right? Can you guys do better even though you give yourself a pretty good score?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know gravity and everything needs to be. So we have to. So we all have to work at that, right? And if you work on it and you make little challenges for yourself, and the easiest way to gauge a challenge is to put your body through it. And as she said, if you're out of your comfort zone, you're already learning, you're already changing. So to put yourself out of your comfort zone, I don't know how many of you were in that talk we had with Candice, who put us through a 1-minute plank right there.
Yes.
A 1-minute plank is what you do when you do it. You can always do 5 minutes and you can do 10 minutes. And she does an hour, it seems. And she's 60. So we all have goals, right? So it's important wherever you are to start today and to start pushing yourself a little bit. Because where you push yourself physically, you will push yourself mentally as well. You will challenge yourself. If you think you can do a minute plan, it'll be like anything else is possible. And as she rightly put it, shopping is cardio, so you can do that. Just don't buy too much. Right? So that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted to make sure that everybody's realized that their health is a priority. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Are there any other questions, guys?
So let her talk and then we'll take the questions.
Yes, you're next, right? Did anybody have any? Oh, let you finish and then take questions. Come.
Yes.
She's
I'm a volunteer here.
Okay.
We need to finish. Finish. Don't let me let them.
No, I must take the plenary.
Take up time. So actually, they started
because we need to.
Will somebody introduce or something?
Yeah. I welcome Sumita Singh on the dais, and we are talking about Success DNA Unleashed. And as she is a managing partner, I think she will enlighten us. But okay, and we have 5 minutes left with us. So
15 मिनट है. मैं बोल के आई. 15 मिनट है. हम बोल.
You start talking. Start talking.
Okay, thank you both of you for such an interesting session. Okay, carrying the interactive session forward. What do you understand by intellectual property rights?
Registering your content, your product, so that it cannot be claimed by anybody else.
Okay. So what is intellectual property then?
It's your IPR. It's your asset.
Okay.
Which
can you give me an example?
Your brand.
Okay. Trademark. Yes.
Your website content. Your research documents.
Copyright. Yes.
Your website content.
Yes. Again copyright.
Okay. And then
product. Patents, yes.
And then you could possibly your design as well.
Yes, yes, everything. So just in very simple terms, it is a product of somebody's intellect. So at the bottom of the chain, there has to be a human involved. Intellectual property rights cannot be created by machines. There has to be a human involved somewhere, and even though it is owned by companies, there has to be a human somewhere at the bottom of the chain. Okay? So,
you want me to?
Okay, so these are some of the examples of intellectual property. So, what we call industrial property is inventions, patents, like you said, for products. Okay? Trademarks, grants, okay? Industrial designs, again designs. Now designs, you have to understand one thing, one very small distinction between designs and trademarks is that trademarks, they connect the product or services with the service provider. For example, Tata Sons, Tata Salt, Tata Motors, everything. That is, the connection is given between the products and the service provider or the manufacturer. And it has to be used in commerce. Designs are something that is the design of a product and they only add aesthetic value. Okay? Patents, they add some functional value. And whatever else which is original and the product of somebody's intellect and does not fall into any of these categories goes under copyright. That is the reason research and everything else. Your website, everything, your content, everything will go under copyrights. Okay? So, what is most important for startups is to identify their IP. You are starting a new business. You are coming up with an idea. What is it that is yours? What is it that is novel, that is new, and that may or may not require protection? One is something, some industry standards that you've picked up. For example, it's a standard e-commerce site. E-commerce site, you've picked up certain things, that is the industry norm. Are you doing something which is new, which is something which nobody else is doing? For example, Snapdeal, I don't know if you've heard of this, but one of the founders, or rather a former founder of Snapdeal, has taken the current founders to court, saying that they copied his business idea. That the idea he had pitched to them, and they copied it. Something to do with not having the inventory storing with in your godown, but actually going from the vendor to the customer. Something. Of course, it cannot be as simple as that. I do not have access to the actual business plan, so I don't really know what is the novelty that he claimed. But if it is something that a court thought legitimate to admit, so there must be some novelty in it. So, first and foremost, what is most important is that you identify the intellectual property which will be there in your startup. One, the trademark and copyright, business plan, everything else. And in case you have a product which is something new, which adds some functional value to whatever is existing in the industry, please apply for a patent. Okay, trade and service marks, like I said, trademarks are something that connect the product or the service with the producer or the service provider. And these are created either by priority of use or priority of application, whichever is earlier. So what you were talking about was protection. See, protection is something which will come a little later. First you need to identify, first you need to adopt, first you need to have a certain brand, and then when you talk about registration, that is you register with the government, that is the trademarks registry or the copyright office or the patent office. You register with the government and the government gives you a certificate. That is prima facie proof of your ownership. Okay? But before adopting a brand, please conduct searches, preliminary searches, not just of the trademarks office records, but also of the internet, because you do not want to get into a situation where you've adopted a brand which is very similar to something which is already there in the market. And so instead of focusing all your energy and resources into your startup, you have to litigate or you're dragged to courts. So due diligence, brand due diligence is very important. Now these are just examples of brands which at the time of adoption, it is very important that you consider these. Any questions? Is it clear? Okay, copyrights. Now, when we talk about copyrights, there is something very simple. If it is a product and if it is an invention, then it will automatically fall in the category of a patent. Now, software patents are not registered in India, only in the US. Now, when we talk about software and the code, which is the source code as well as the business plan, like the example I gave of Snapdeal, the business plan, how is the business plan registered? How is that? You need to have a copyright registration for that. Are we late?
No. Just started.
So anything which is original and which is substantially developed from an idea. See, I want an e-commerce website. That's just an idea. I want an e-commerce website which will have vendors which will be sourced from, let's say, one of the business or industry directories, or we will approach them directly, we will give them a 10% markup, or we will give them a 10% discount. When you have all these details worked out, then it is an idea that has been substantially developed. And then you have a clear picture in your head, as well as on paper, that this is how I am going to work. And this is my project, these are the variables, these are the raw data, and this is how I want to do, and this will be the finishing line, and this will be the output. When you put it down, either in black and white, or you discuss with some people, or you actually have a business plan on paper, please get it registered. Please get copyright registration is very cheap. The government fees is only 500 rupees. If you want, go to a lawyer. If you don't want to
go to a lawyer, do it yourself. You can do it yourself. You can do it yourself. You don't need a lawyer. And two, registration of copyright is not compulsory. But in case you are going to pitch your idea to VCs, other people, if you are going to look for partners, you are going to share that idea, right? If you are going to share the idea, where is the guarantee that somebody else will not pick up your idea and run with it? Okay? So what is the safeguard that you need to have in place? Have a copyright application. It will proceed to registration in its own time because it's a government office, it will take 1 to 2 years to register. But at least that will be proof of when the idea came to you. It will be proof because you have a government stamped document which will say that on 15th of February you made an application with the Copyright Office. So tomorrow if the matter goes to court, or tomorrow if ABLC says that no, I came up with the idea, you will have a government stamped document which will predate that person's idea. And it will be easy to prove in a court of law. See, whenever we talk about intellectual property rights or whenever we talk about laws, we don't talk about rosy times. We don't talk about happy times. We don't talk about the honeymoon period. We talk about if things go wrong, what will stand the test of a court of law? That is what you need to be prepared for. That is what you need to be prepared for, that what document will actually stand the test in a court of law.
So, if I understand correctly, you're saying is that I have a business idea.
Yes.
I can apply for copyright?
Yes. It should be novel. It should be something new. Whatever is the industry standard, you have something which is like a little better or a little different. If it is standard, then no.
It has to be different.
A little different. A little different, even if there is a tweak or an innovation or some step which you have added. If you think that is something that you are doing for the first time, please go ahead and register it. Even if it does not get registration, at least there will be a government document which will say that you came up with the idea first. And secondly, so suppose you go to a third party, either for partnership or for funding or for sharing of idea or for anything. You go, you prepare a pitch, you go, you have done something. You have shared that your idea with that person. Where is the guarantee that the person won't copy it or change it or go with an in-house team or do something else with it? So you will have email communication of fixing the meeting, having an appointment, having minutes of the meeting. You will have all that. So this, in case this goes to court, you will have established not only that you predate in coming up with the idea, in the concept. Second, not only do you predate, you have shared it with that person. See, so these are two steps we have established. So then the person will not have an excuse. One, that he did not know about it. Two, he came up with the idea. How exactly? Because you received the idea was shared with you. The business plan was shared with you. We made a pitch with you on so and so date. Not only do we have email communication confirming the appointment, we also have email communication saying minutes of the meeting held on so and so date. Okay? So these are safeguards that you need to have, especially if you are coming up with something which is novel, even if it is novel to 5% or 10% of the industry standard or what exists in the industry. You have an e-commerce website, there are 1,000 e-commerce websites. Is there something new that you plan to do? Okay? Do you know how many copyright applications Free Charge has? 12. 7 of them are registered. Do you know Mindfully again another one payment wallet? These are all my clients. Free Charge, former client, now taken over by Snapdeal. Now it's sold off again by Snapdeal. Now probably it will be taken over by Paytm. Okay? Mindfully, SloanKit, these are all wallet apps, but they all have something different. They all have something different. SloanKit, what is different? Again, that's a corporate client. What is it different? That they have payment wallet app for teens, but underage. So they need parental control. So you see, that is what is unique. Okay? And Mindfully, what is unique? You can pool, friends can pool. You've gone out, you have a total bill of 600 rupees, 4 friends can pull in 150 each. And that app provides for that. They have a copyright application wrong, they have proof that they came up with the idea first. So tomorrow if somebody copies their idea, they can take them to court. Okay?
Very interesting.
Any questions? See, this is how you identify IP. See, this is IP is not just brands and patents. This is your business plan. This is what you have come up with. And this is what you will get funding for. Do you know that you increase your chances of funding if you have a good IP portfolio? That is the first thing all VCs ask for. Your seed money, Series A funding, whatever you go for, they ask first and foremost, what is your IP portfolio? Do you think free charge really have that many different schemes or different apps? No. They make a tweak, they make some changes, they apply for a new application. So because when they go for funding, they say, oh, we have this is our IP portfolio. You increase your IP portfolio, you strengthen your rights. The whole thing is that it's not just today, you have to think ahead. You have to think ahead in terms of like, where will this be 5 years from now? Where will this be 10 years from now? Okay, patents, like I told you, a patent grant is something. See, in India, we don't have software patents. But I have a few clients who, because they're just software services, they have applied for patents in the US. In the US also, it has become very difficult. But the thing is that at least you have a date. There is a date that, okay, this is the date that you came up with the idea. Because obviously you must have come up with the idea before that if you've made an application to a government office. So you have the date stamped properly, you have it in the government records. In India, if you want to apply for a patent, it has to be an invention, it has to be a product, it has to show novelty, it has to show invention, innovation. Something which is the industry standard, it has to be a little better. And when we say better, in terms of functionality. That is what is novelty. That it has to be functional. See, if you have a cup, a mug, or something which has a holding handle and only on one side, that will fall within designs because that's just aesthetic. If you have handles on two sides, makes it easy. You can use the cup in the microwave. Functional, patent. This is how you differentiate. If it is just aesthetic, design. That is the reason you have dress designers, shoe designers, because there is nothing functional in their product. How you design a particular garment, how you design a particular shoe, but the moment you put a straw, it may be a shoe, or the moment you put a few other things, bells and whistles, and they do some function, you can even apply for a patent for it. Okay, this I've already briefly touched about. That ownership is always an issue. Now, ownership. Now, the Copyright Act in India, as well as in other jurisdictions, in fact, right now I am doing a due diligence. One of the Times companies, they want to invest somewhere in some other company, and they have no idea who is the main author of the code. Under copyright law, whoever, like I said, what is intellectual property? There has to be a human somewhere down the chain. Because intellectual property cannot be created by machines. So for a patent application or for a copyright application, you need to say who is the author or the creator. Who is the person who actually sat down, wrote the code. Who is the person who actually sat down and designed the invention, drew those drawings and labeled them. That if you enter the liquid from here, from this spout here, and this will get processed here, and the output will come out here. There has to be somebody who would have come up with this idea. This is something original, novel, there has to be a human involved somewhere. And now, for patent as well as for copyrights, the author, the creator, is the first owner. So, for copyright, you have all these ad designs, you have all these advertisements, commercials, or anything, they all have very serious contracts with those companies for whom they are creating those ads, so as to they reward the copyright back to the company for the money that they have charged. And the Copyright Act in India as well as other countries also, for the 70 countries, it is for the Universal Copyright Convention. All the countries which are signatories to it, they follow this, that the assignment of copyright or the sale of copyright has to be done in writing. This was done primarily suddenly with a view. See, you have to understand that copyright law started as novel writers or novelists or artists who were not, let's say, very legally minded or not very practical as to how much money they can make. So, if somebody paid them 500 rupees, they would give their novels or they would give their thing, okay, you can make a movie out of it. But once the movie is made, they're not happy with the outcome of the movie, or this is not what I wrote about, or this is not how I pictured it, this is not how my characters were. So, to safeguard their rights, the statute, the law everywhere says that an assignment of copyright has to be in writing, so that the artist or the creator understands that he is selling his rights. Okay? So, if you have a contract coder, if you have a contract software developer, if you have a contract person who just comes to your office, develops the software, develops the code and goes away. But if you do not have an assignment in writing, the company does not own the copyright in the code. It belongs to the person who actually wrote the code. So, ownership is always an issue with all copyright matters. Because you have to have all the written contracts executed specifically with the point of view of assigning the rights to the company. This is something that the startup has to take care of. This also recently in one of his due diligence that I was conducting, the software owner did the thing, sold it to somebody else, went to the US, very happily settled in the US. And then another Indian company wants to buy the company, the second company, and at the time they're ready to even fund a certain amount, let's say 10 crores, and at that time they realize that the company does not own the copyright to the app for which they're going to invest. So of course everybody ran helter-skelter for 15 days, somebody went to the US, got the document signed, and then the funding took place. So you have to make sure that you have this. And second, first to file provisional application, like patent I said. See, patent, even if you have a certain idea or if you are thinking that this is the project or this is the invention that I want to do, even if you don't have a prototype, but if you have an idea, even if you don't know whether this is going to work or not, you haven't actually done it, please file a provisional application. For a patent provisional application, the inventor gets 12 months window to file the full specifications.
Okay.
So, once you make the application,
cost implication?
Sorry?
What's the cost implication?
See, because you are not filing the complete claims, so if you just make like 3-4 claims, see, the thing is that the cost of a patent application is like the application is for 10,000 rupees, and that's just the government fees, not the lawyer's fees, and that covers 30 pages and 10 drawings. Okay, and you have like claims up to 10 claims. So if you keep it up to 10 claims, but you word it vaguely, so that you can carve or draft additional claims out of those claims later on in 1 year's time. And if you have just about like 10 drawings, that is within that. It is only if you exceed that there are like extra government fees. Secondly, I don't know if you are aware, but DIPP, which is the Department of the industrial policy of the government, they have lots of initiatives for startups, and they have lots of government fees breaks for them. So like for
women entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Yeah. So for trademark application, for example, the government fees is 10,000 rupees, but if you are registered as a startup, the government fees is only 4,500.
Yes.
Okay. So it goes on like that. So if you do that, if you register your startup with the government, then you will get all those additional benefits. Okay, documents agreements like I talked about, employment agreements, assignment agreements. Okay. Okay, know your market target jurisdiction, which is like, are you in India, US, wherever you are, know about that, know the local laws, take action. Okay, that's it.
That's it. We have to take a picture.
Getting completed? Excellent. Yeah, please.
Sumita,
Yes.
give me your credentials.
I give you my card.
I would definitely.
What I
realized is
let's
I want
your
your card.